Alright, so in this one, I want to go over should you Zenkai transforming Gogeta. So we're going to go over his kit real quick, and then we're going to go look at what actually else is available to Zenkai that has come back last night. That is, you know, maybe better, maybe worse, and we'll discuss from that, and from the anniversary units, and from everything else that's currently out in the game, if this guy is worth it. So, let's look at him in after transformation, just because that's what matters most, right? That's where you want to use him. Stats are abhorrently, egregiously amazing. 292k strike attack, 305k blast attack, and 190 and 192k blast and strike defense. Stats are actually insane. Critical rate's a little okay, and key restore speed's not bad. His arts, 18 cost, 28 cost. Blast arts, normal deals massive explode damage plus 15% of damage inflicted upon activation for 15 timer counts. Then upgraded with the green card, inflicts no switching and the same 15%, and has blast armor on both of them, obviously. His green card does plus 20% to blast damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, minus 10 to own blast arts cost for 10 timer counts, and enhances the next special move arts card used, plus 30%, and they cannot stack on top of each other. So one green card will do the same as 6 green cards for him. Just how it be. Main ability, draw a special move arts card next, restores own health by 20% and ki by 30, then he gets plus 30% damage inflicted at 30 timer counts after 10 counts have elapsed. Z ability is blast attack and defense for Fusion Warrior, and his Zenkai ability is blue movies. His first unique, unlimited power, increased special move damage inflicted according to number of timer counts elapsed with current character up to 70%. Remember, this is cancelable. So 5 counts, 20%, 8 counts, 50%, and 12 counts, 70% to special move damage inflicted, with him being out in the field, right? Okay, cool. And it resets when he switches, so every single time he comes in, he has to be out for 12 counts. Okay, we're not going to judge until we read the whole kit. The star arrives, plus 100% to blast damage inflicted when enemy's armor is in effect, cannot be cancelled. So if they're blast armoring you, like LF Broly, Purple Broly, he'll do 100% more damage on that blast arts. However many you use, like 2, let's say, if they're stacking, you'll do 200%. Given that's very rare, but it's possible. Oh shit, my bad, hold up, didn't mean to open that, my bad. Plus 40% to damage inflicted when this character enters the battlefield, cannot be stacked. Applies a flying effect itself when this character evades an enemy attack with the vanishing step, restores ki by 30, and restores own vanishing gauge by 50%, activates twice. Colliding Strength applies flying effect itself every time this character uses Strike or Blast Arts card, restores ki by 3, plus 5% to blast damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Not bad, something similar to the free-to-play Super Saiyan God Goku, if you will. And then Invincible Fusion Power, reduce damage received from a tagged powerful opponent by 10%, cannot be cancelled, and applies flying effect itself when this character enters the battlefield, plus 20% blast to damage inflicted, cannot be stacked, and reduce damage received by 10%. Then this is just for the new equipment that's out. He gets plus 1 bonus drop. So, what is the negatives to his kit? Let's talk about that first. This, 12 counts. Alright, so let's look at his blue card, right? So he'll get the 15%, and let's say he has the green card active. He'll get 45%, then he'll get 75% with the main ability. Then his ultimate can get up to 145% with this included for all 12 counts. Then this, 185%, right? And then right here. So technically his blue card can do 205%. Total. Now that's given you have him out for 12 counts. He enters the battlefield, you have his main popped, and you have a green card popped on it for the blue card. That's a lot of requirements to do 205%. Given it's a fuck ton of damage, it's not reliable and therefore not really relevant. So let's think more realistically. Let's say you have him out 5 counts, because truly that's realistic. 8 counts is even pushing it, so we'll go 5 counts. Your damage is dropping off a solid 50, because you're losing this 70, you're going down to 20, and you're getting about 150%. And that's with the main and green and everything popped. So his blue card damage is unreliable because having him out for 12 counts is just not realistic, truly, in any sort of fashion of this game currently. You have to swap in and out so quickly. There are so many one-shot, one-kill, just hard-hitting Zenkais that exist, and it really isn't reliable to say he can be out for 12 counts at one time. So, a negative to him there is that. Also here, he gets, I believe this is less than Super Saiyan God Vegeta. We can check right quick, but he gets only 50% to when he sidesteps, and I believe this God Vegeta gets more than that? I'm 99% sure I'm right. Yeah, 60%. And I believe Kefla, the new one, also gets 60%. So, seeing a 1.5-year-old, almost 2-year-old unit getting a better unique than a Zenkai is kind of frightening, which is also a downfall of this guy. It's kind of scary that he only gets 50%, but it is what it is. He does get some key back, so I guess it makes up for it in their minds. But I personally don't agree. The blast damage through blast armor is nice. It's just not reliable. It's not going to happen often, and it's just not something you should be like, okay, I'm going to kill somebody because they're blast armor. Like, just not something that's going to happen. And then the damage received is so low, it's pretty not, like, you don't care about it. You don't notice he's reducing damage because it's just like, it's only 20% if you're facing a powerful opponent. And, well, if you look now, the main teams you're going to face are Fusion, Saiyans, God Ki, which all aren't powerful opponents, except for Zamasu, but Zamasu's red, so you wouldn't really face Zamasu, right? Because this guy is a blue. So, those are his negatives. His positives are his stats. His stats are what makes him as good as he is. Overall, I would rate this guy a 7 out of 10. I think he's balanced. I don't think he's broken, which is good. I think a 7 out of 10 rating is equal to what I give Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And we'll talk about him in a little bit because he is actually part of this video. He's balanced, he's good, but his stats make him as good as he is. His uniques do not make him good, his stats do for this Gogeta. So, overall, looking at him himself, should you Zenkai him? If you main Fusions and you have a decent Star Vegeta Blue, which by now you honestly should because he's been back so many times, no. If you main Saiyans, no. If you main movies, if you want to Zenkai buff LF Broly, sure, but you can just Zenkai the Blue Broly to Zenkai buff your LF Broly and be fine because he's here every single day for free, well, 20cc every single day forever. So you don't need this guy to Zenkai buff him, but it's a thing you can do. Then you have Namek Goku can also Zenkai buff him, Bardock, so this guy could Zenkai buff him, but it's just more restrictive. Why have him when you can have a Blue Saiyan that Zenkai buffs instead of a Blue Movies? Unless you're running like Android 13 or something, or Blue Cooler, which both units are not very strong currently. So, for the unit himself, I do not think he is worth it personally, but if we even look further to more examples of how we can help determine if it's worth it, these are the 3 Zenkais that have come back tonight. Now, let's go in order, right? So Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Is he better than this Gogeta to Zenkai and more worth it? Yes. Purple GT does not currently exist. You have that Super 17 EX, which basically nobody's going to pull, and even then if you do, he's low stars. Purple Super Saiyan 4 has been back multitudes of times, and is a better unit, obviously, than that Super 17. Yes, he is a better unit value-wise if you main, let's say, Saiyans, or let's say a Strike-based Saiyan team, or GT, which GT just had a full anniversary for, and Zenkai's prior to it, so they're obviously a better choice currently. So, yeah, over Super Saiyan transforming Gogeta, I would say Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you could prioritize if you're wondering, like, oh, who do I do? They both seem pretty good, but nothing seems broken. Goku's probably the better unit to Zenkai than Gogeta. Just at the point of scenario we are now, because Vegeta Blue does exist and he's not terrible. While Gogeta is not leaps and bounds above Vegeta Blue, he is better, just not, like, he's not like a rocket ship. He's more like, let's say Vegeta Blue is like a Honda, and Gogeta's like a pickup truck. Like, it's bigger, but it's not that much bigger, you know? But to continue, next Zenkai, God Vegeta. Hell yeah, God Vegeta is so much better. God Vegeta, meta, God Ki team, green, green, yellow, Vados, God Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, that team exists. It's crazy, it's nuts, it's annoying. God Vegeta is just a better unit overall. He's better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so obviously, if he's better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku, then, you know, God Vegeta is obviously going to be better than transforming Gogeta in just that respect. So God Vegeta, yes, easily is above worth of Zenkaiing. It kind of sucks how they did Gogeta here, by the way. The blue one, not this red one. They released so many good Zenkais to come back with him not being that greatest unit in the game. It hurts him. It hurts his value of who's going to actually Zenkai him. Because you even saw last night, or even in the 1 p.m., people had him on the team and they just didn't run him. He was just bench. It's like, like it stings because it's like, you know other units are better, but it's like, you could run him, like test him out. But people know he's not that great, so I guess it makes sense. And when I say it's not that great, Gogeta is good, right? He's balanced. That's what this game needs. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is balanced. God Vegeta is a little above Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you know. He can do a lot more. He's better on better teams, but he's a little above, but he's not broken. But then we go to number 1 here. Super Gogeta. Fuck yeah. That's not even a contest. Super Gogeta is more worth it to Zenkai, obviously, over this transforming Gogeta, because firstly, Super Saiyans. He's meta Super Saiyan team. Fusions, he's meta Fusion team. And Saiyans, you can even rock him on a Saiyan team and call him meta to a degree if you really want to use a strike-based unit on a blast-based team. It wouldn't hurt you to the most extent when comparing transforming Gogeta, who really isn't fit to match on these teams. So, overall, who's more worth it? Every other Zenkai that is currently out, that is only here for a limited time, so those 3, is worth it more than this transforming Gogeta. Again, I am not calling this transforming Gogeta trash, I am calling him good. He is a good 7 out of 10, it's just that on his teams, Saiyans, he is not going to be run, Movies is dead in the water, and plus, you have LF Broly. LF Broly is better. It's just how it is. Like, straight up, LF Broly is better, and he's just more cohesive with the team. And then Fusions, Vegeta Blue is not too bad to where you can't run him, especially if you have him at least, let's say, 6 stars. Vegeta Blue can easily be run with / over this guy in a lot of case scenarios, just because he meshes better with, let's say, Red Gogeta because the green cards, Purple Vegeta Blue because green cards there, and all that team just meshes a lot better than transforming Gogeta, who is blast-based, which it does hurt the team overall. Again, for Fusions, because they only have 2 blast-based units with Purple Vegito, and then this transforming Gogeta, which doesn't flow the best when you're running a Red Gogeta or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, because it's wonky when you have 2 blast-based units and 1 strike-based, or one and one. It's just, it doesn't flow well. So, overall, what is the best scenario to do? So, the best Zenkais to do right now would probably be in order of top to bottom. Gogeta, God Vegeta, and then Purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, you might say, why God Vegeta over Goku? Well, Gaki didn't get as much buffs as GT, but Gaki's still better. Gaki has always been better than GT. Gaki will forever be better, and it's just how it is. GT's fine. GT's in a good spot. They're not great. They're not awful, but they're in a good spot to where you can run them and win and win and win and win in high ranks. And that matters. But Godkey, you can run in like the top 5 and win and win and win consistently. GT, it's a lot harder to do that. Given it's possible, it's just a lot more of a headache to consistently win with GT in high ranks. From personal experience, that's what I know. And to even go over more, I was testing this team because, not this team, well I was using that, but I was testing this team, whoops, this team with, yeah, look at it, quadruple Zenkai, max powering this guy, right? He's max powered here, he's getting quadruple Zenkai buffed by Bardock, himself, Namek Goku, and Blue Broly. And honestly, LF Broly, who's getting less Zenkai buffed, impressed me more. Now, I understand the idea and the thing in this game of diminishing return. And if you don't know what it is, a basic summary is your units at a certain cap, I believe the percentage is like 140% or something of boost. So let's say you're getting quadruple Zenkai boost. So you're getting up to, what, 160% on every single stat. Once you hit a cap with your equipment and your ability bonus, your return on those Zenkai boosts aren't as huge. So let's say I have quadruple here. In reality, I'm really not doing a quadruple. I'm doing like a 2.5 Zenkai boost, because the diminishing return is not giving me all the bonuses, because then that unit would be superpowered and be broken. Like, this Gogeta would not take any damage if there were not diminishing return. So yes, this team may look flashy, broken, but it's not. Gogeta feels worse than LF Broly on this team, given LF Broly is 7 stars, but it is a Zenkai transforming unit, and transforming units, as we know, have crazy stats, and Gogeta is no exception with his almost 300k on his strike attack for a blast-based unit, and 302k on his blast attack. He has crazy stats. But yet, LF Broly, who's getting one less Zenkai buff, I believe, is he? No. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Whoopsie, my mistake. Regardless, LF Broly, who is an LF, who has lower stats, is feeling better than Gogeta. Now, it might be that Gogeta takes too long because he has to transform, which takes 10 counts. Then you have to switch in and out, kind of like a purple DKP effect where it just takes too long to get him to be good. But I just think it's the scenario of he doesn't do enough for how long you want him in the fight. Again, his main focus is around his blue card, but you can't expect to be in a battle for 12 counts. You truly can't. So my overall opinion of this guy, even running him on his best team here, best scenario, best everything, really, this is his best of everything. Don't Zenkai him. Again, if you have at least a 6-star Vegeta Blue in your main infusions, that's fine. That's enough for you, truly. It's more than enough. This guy is not worth your Zenkai, given he is a balanced one. I have to keep specifying this because people will say I'm thinking he's bad. I do not think he's bad. I just think he's balanced. And the thing is with this game, it's kind of a screwy situation where it's balanced, but yet balance isn't enough. They want you to have broken. Apologize for the background noise. If your unit isn't broken, then really it's truly not worth it. Like, Super Gogeta is absolutely crazy, and that's why you would Zenkai him. This Gogeta is not Super Gogeta. He's just, again, a little better off version of Vegeta Blue, but again, the team not being that cohesive and wanting him to be out so long, it just doesn't mesh. It really doesn't. And it's sad, because you want this guy to be great, awesome, cool, but he's a little suffering from the Purple Broly effect, which Purple Broly isn't bad to an extent. He's good. I think he's very good. You know, I saw in that 1 PM video he was shitting on everything, because you use him correctly, he can get double card draw speed, crit buffs, neutral 4 times, feint chance on his ultimate. He can do a lot, and 4 million health with all that while he's destroying. He's great if you use him correctly, but this Gogeta doesn't have that respect. He has it where, okay, you need that blue card or you're really screwed. If you don't have a blue card in your hand, you can't bait, you can't do anything. You're not getting a lot of your Vanish back on sidesteps, you're only getting 50%. So you're in a scenario where it's like, do I switch? Do I tank a combo? What do I do? What do I do? And he can't really tank that well because he only gets 20% cut with powerful opponents, and 10% when it's not. So they didn't make him the greatest. I understand why. They want to balance out Zenkais to an extent. I guess LF Zenkais, they don't care, but they want to balance out some Zenkais, and I guess this Gogeta was a, what's the saying? A catalyst to his own destruction. Because there's another Gogeta that's broken, and then we have this Gogeta who is, well, alright. He's good, he's great, he's not the best, he's not even close to a top tier Zenkai. Rating wise, I would say he is better than Vegeta Blue, and Vegeta Blue I would say is pretty low there at 6 stars. I would say this guy is, on a good day, he's a mid-S. On a normal day, he's a low S tier unit. I don't think he makes tier 1, but I don't think he's very impressive to where he can be high S, no. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you guys Zenkai'd him. Let me know if this video helped you decide to Zenkai him or not. And yep, I'll see you guys in the next one.